Hey everybody, it's James with Rowe-Thrush. Welcome to the next live stream interviews. Today we will be interviewing Matt Kenny with Horizon Tools. As you will notice, things are a little bit different. We have a studio now with supplier products behind us. We turned in our Grainger catalog bookshelf for what you see here now today. Before we bring Matt in and introduce him and Horizon, just want to do a little bit of housekeeping and explain who Rowe-Thrush is. We are a manufacturer rep agency that represents just over 60 different suppliers into Grainger. We specialize in working with Grainger and the Grainger sales force. Some of the tools that we have available to the sales force are things like the Rowe-Thrush SharePoint site, which is full of lots of great material, like our entire library of Graingerized literature, Rowe-Thrush solution videos, and much, much more. We also jump on district team calls on a regular basis to introduce you to either a small group of our suppliers or other specific solutions that our suppliers can bring. With that, welcome, Matt, to the Rowe-Thrush live stream. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, great. Thank you for joining us here today. Really looking forward to getting to know a little bit more about the products that you have to offer and letting the Grainger sales force know of all of that too. Before we get into who Horizon is, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? How long have you been at Horizon? What is it that you do there? And what did you do before coming to Horizon?
Well, before I was at Horizon Tool, I worked for UPS for 6 years as a supervisor for outgoing and ingoing packages. I've been with Horizon for 26 years in various roles, from being a direct line supervisor in our warehouse, working in purchasing, and I'm now the vice president of sales and marketing. I've been with Horizon Tool for 26 years.
Awesome. That's you probably know the company quite well if you've been there that long. That's great. One more question about you, and that is, what is your favorite movie and why?
I would probably say off the cuff, either The Shawshank Redemption, just because it's a tremendous story, or maybe No Country for Old Men, which was just a very intense movie.
Both of those great movies. Shawshank, I remember seeing that in the movie theater at Golf Mill Theater in Golf Mill, Illinois, or maybe Niles, I think is where it's located. But great movie, one of my favorites, definitely in my top 5, I would say. And No Country for Old Men, that's another great movie. A little bit of a slow burn, but amazing story, great acting, great cinematography, everything. So awesome picks there. Tell us a little bit about Horizon. Tell us the history and what it is that Horizon Tool does.
Horizon Tool is a conglomeration of, well, we have a lot of different brands. Horizon Tools started out in 1980 as a private brand manufacturer, making tools for Snap-on, Mac, Calvan Tools, Cornwell. We make specialty automotive tools. In 1997, our biggest customer was Calvan Tools, and we actually bought them to allow us to get more manufacturing capability. In 2007, we added a company called AllStart that sold lead acid jump starters, and we since have gone into making lithium jump starters, phone chargers, portable power, all kinds of products that revolve around lithium batteries. In 2015, we acquired KT Pro and M7. KT Pro is a full line of hand tools, wrenches, flats, and sockets, 100% made in Taiwan to DIN standards. It exceeds all the DIN standards by 50%, which is the German standard for tool, much like our ASME standard. And high quality industrial grade product. Mighty 7 is a very innovative air tool line that focuses on low noise output, low vibration, light weights, but also extreme power. It's on the very professional side of air tools. All of our programs have great warranties with our tools. And we also still do and are maybe the biggest private brand manufacturer in the automotive specialty tool industry. We supply companies like Snap-on, Proto, John Deere, Mac Tools, Matco, Cornwell, Carlisle Tool, Craftsman. You can almost name every person in the automotive channel, and we supply a product for them.
That's awesome. And with my automotive background, I'm very, very familiar with Snap-on, Mac, Matco, even Cornwell as well. And my toolbox is a Matco toolbox. I still have it to this day. It takes up a big portion of my garage because it's a large toolbox, but they were definitely my preferred brand when it came to those. But I also have Snap-on and Mac as well as Cornwell in my toolbox. And I remember when we first started discussions about representing you guys, I got really excited because, I was like, well, it's tools. A lot of this stuff I know and I've used firsthand myself for many, many years. So that's great. Thank you for the overview of your company.
There's the next part of Horizon really is what happened during the pandemic. We've always had a bottling line, and we bottled chemicals for Eastman Kodak. Most of it revolved around window film installation and removal fluids that we would bottle and we would kit with tools, pack and ship out. And a local chemical company came to us early in 2020 in March and asked us if we could bottle hand sanitizer. And we said, yeah, I think we can. So within about 2 weeks, we were shipping 50,000 bottles of hand sanitizer a day in an 8-ounce pump and gallons. And basically, we've evolved from there to where we now have multiple sizes. Grainger took on our All Shield hand sanitizer, about the middle of the year of 2020. They took on the 8-ounce and 16-ounce pumps. But we also diversified into 2-ounce, 4-ounce dispensers. And since that time, we also have started making pink soaps, E2 soaps. We have a hand care product line that revolves from a product you would put on your hands before you start to work that prevents you from getting stains, or it also keeps off petroleum-based products. Then there's 2 different cleaning solutions we use. One is a walnut type soap, and the other one would be like a high pH soap to really get your hands clean. And then we finalized that program with a hand care line, a lotion or whatever for an after work thing. But that's all part of Solvera, which is another one of our branches. Solvera really is a complete source for your supply chain. We do all our compounding here. We can compound any, for lack of a better word, recipe or formula, any semi-solid to liquid. We can bottle it, tube it, tub it, put it really into individual packets. So we have a full beginning to end process here that we can do. And we can also warehouse and ship from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for bringing up the All Shield brand as well. I didn't really know much about hand sanitizer before we authored those products into Grainger, and like Matt said, we have an 8-ounce pump and a 16-ounce pump into Grainger, and all the rest of those products that he mentioned are not in Grainger yet. So if you have customers that are interested, reach out to us and we can help you out with working through Grainger sourcing on what part numbers to look up and what products to choose out with your customers. Thank you for going over that. And next question that I have for you, maybe we should take it by a different brand that you have because you have such a wide breadth. But what types of Grainger customers or segments could utilize your products?
Well, certainly anywhere that anyone is going to use a tool, obviously in automotive garages or in dealerships or anything like that, you're certainly going to find our products, whether they're under the Calvan brand or under a Mac or a Snap-on or a Cornwell brand. But you can certainly find our products being used in automotive, also in manufacturing. I mean, obviously in manufacturing facilities, people are using hardline tools. They're also using air tools. And so we have a lot of products that you're going to see, all over the board in the tool sector. All of our tools that we have are either, we either do USA or they come out of Taiwan. So even GSA contracts are eligible for KT Pro and Mighty 7, and certain items in Calvin, and all of those will exceed any kind of recommendations or quality levels that need to be met to fit into those government contracts.
Awesome. And you mentioned automotive, but also when it comes to fleet and vehicle maintenance,
Yes.
those tools, but also the jump packs, fleet and vehicle maintenance teams, they're going to be using these jump packs on a regular basis, because some vehicles are probably sitting out there for a long period of time and the battery dies.
And in the old days, you'd have a guy taking a 25 or a 30-pound jump starter out to a car to jump it, or he's got a rollerway out there and it could be snowy or whatever. It's difficult to get it out to the car. The AllStart line features jump starters that weigh anywhere from 1 pound to 4 pounds that, can jump anything from your 6-cylinder vehicle all the way up to box trucks.
Yeah, and thanks for bringing that up. And I actually have one right here. This is one of their jump packs. This is very small. I actually carry this in my backpack, so it's with me at all times. So I could actually jumpstart a car with this jump pack. Obviously, not a very large engine vehicle, but I could still do it. But I primarily use it when I'm traveling, so that I could charge my phone, my tablet, things like that. And then also in my vehicle, I have the Boost Max. This one right here. Which is, again, very, very small. But this one right here can actually jumpstart a 6.7 liter diesel engine.
It can jumpstart up to 7.3 liter diesel engine multiple times before you need to recharge it.
Yeah, so this thing is awesome. I've actually used this personally to help people out in parking lots that had dead batteries. So great product right there. And I believe there was a refresh with them recently too. So if you had a customer that was getting one of these here today, it would look a little bit different, but still functionality wise functions the same. So great products there with AllStart.
Yeah, and featured in the picture up there for the AllStart line, you see the 590 Boost Ultra, which will jumpstart box trucks, V10s, 8-liter diesels. Just a great product. It weighs about 4 pounds and can really jumpstart almost anything. Yeah,
that's the one that a fleet and vehicle maintenance team would probably want, or car dealerships, things like that, or this Max Boost product as well. So when it comes to Grainger customers and their business issues or CBIs, what areas can your products help customers out?
Really in tools, what we do with our products and what we do with our tools is to kind of focus on, what we can do to make jobs easier for technicians and mechanics, anyone using tools. And we also try to focus on innovation. So we try to go out and we try to find a product. We take a look at a product that's been around for a while and how can we make that product better? How can we save a user time? We do things like, excuse me. So we took a tool like a Ford Triton engine repair set, 1996 to 2003. There were a lot of problems with spark plugs blowing out of Fords. And, the average time to work on this was 8 hours labor to remove the head. What we did was came out with a tool that allowed you to go in and rebore the cylinder, retap it, put an insert in about 15 minutes. So what would take about 8 hours worth of labor now was down to 15 to 20 minutes to repair and install that cylinder. So that person was basically able to, pay for the tool and make a good bit more profit by being able to take an 8-hour work job down to about 20 to 30 minutes. And we really try to look at that from the perspective of the technician. What's going to make a job easier? What makes it easier to take off particular nuts or sockets, or is there something special or specialized tool that you can make or develop or system that's going to make their life easier?
Yeah, I remember when you told me about the spark plug tool for Triton motors, and you told me about all of that. I was like, wow, that would have been amazing if I had something like that back in the day. Now, luckily, I never had to go through that problem, but there was a fairly large Ford dealership right next door to a shop that I worked at for 7 years. And I heard from all of the technicians there about that issue and about how much of a pain in the ass it was, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, about 8 hours book time. So, to be able to reduce an 8-hour job down to 15, 20 minutes ish, I mean, that's an amazing, product right there for customers.
Yeah.
Now,
And
also,
even different things like CBI's productivity, when you look at Mighty 7 and what Mighty 7 does, Mighty 7 was the guy who innovated or really came out with the initial stubby air tool. But, we make guns that are light. We have 1-inch guns that weigh 14 pounds or less. So we try to make things light. We try to have low vibration in all our tools. We have low noise sound output so that, we're able to go and provide, a guy's not going to get as tired or fatigued when he's using a much lighter air tool, especially if he's using an air tool all day.
Yeah, that's a great feature too. In the anti-vibration too. I mean, I used impact guns, for 11 years, every day, all day long, and I always worried about getting carpal tunnel myself. But you mentioned the quietness of your air tools too. I'm sure my wife wishes I had some of those tools when I was a mechanic because my hearing isn't the best, and she will call out for me from across the house, and I'll be like, "What? What?" I hardly hear her sometimes. So
I do that too, but it's not because I'm hard of hearing.
well, sometimes I might do that too. So, are there any other CBIs? Actually, with the All Shield, the hand sanitizer, that fits in perfectly with Keep Stock. So, if Grainger customers have a Keep Stock solution with you and they have an interest in hand sanitizer, which in today's day and age, who isn't wanting hand sanitizer? That would be a perfect one right there. Be able to put it into their inventory or their vending machines. That way they can regularly, take them out to use in their facility.
Yeah, and our sanitizer are all FDA approved. We have a line of dispensers from wall mount to floor stand to desktop. All of them can function either with a cord or function on battery. Again, in multiple sizes of hand sanitizer, soap dispensers, everything along those lines. And of course, nowadays you kind of see those things everywhere. In any facility could potentially be looking for some kind of a dispenser for hand sanitizer.
Great. So any other CBIs that you want to cover? I think we got them all.
Yes.
But okay. So when an account manager, when a Grainger account manager is at a customer facility, what should they look for when they go to talk to that customer about your products?
Anybody who's using a tool and anything, you mentioned fleet, but also machine shops, anyone in manufacturing, anybody who's using a tool will obviously be interested in, whether it's a hand tool or an air tool or an automotive tool. We have so many different products to offer to make jobs simpler. So, it could be, anybody who's doing the tool purchasing there, or even the technicians or mechanics themselves, we make products to make their life simpler. The warranties on our program on our items are great. King Tony is snap a picture of the broken tool, or KT Pro is take a picture of the broken tool and send it in, and we'll credit the account or replace it. There are 3-year warranties on 3/4-inch guns and below on all the Mighty 7 products. Calvin is mostly, lifetime warranty, and AllStart with the battery powers all have 1-year warranties on them. And we will replace anything within a year that goes bad. You can also talk to the safety managers, because safety managers are always looking for, hand sanitizer, soaps, and everything like that. We did a project with a big company up in Michigan not too long ago where they were using IR guns. These guys were using impact guns 8 hours a day. And we went in and talked to them about, Mighty 7 and the qualities that it had. Well, it turns out that they'd had a lot of carpal tunnel syndrome with people using these guns all day. And the lightweight and the low vibration of these tools basically reduced carpal tunnel syndrome to almost zero for these guys, because it was such a difference in the weight, such a difference in the vibration.
Yeah, and it reduces fatigue and everything. So that's great that you pointed that out. And the comment, I kind of smirked a little when you said, just if you break a tool with KT Pro, just take a picture and send it in, and we'll warranty it for you. It just reminded me of my mechanic days, and sometimes having to fight with the Mac guy, Snap-on guy, or whatever to warranty a broken tool. They'd look at my screwdriver and see the end flattened because I was banging on it with a hammer, as using it as a chisel or something like that. So
Right.
so that was just a little humorous for me there. So when an account manager is at a customer facility, who should they be talking to about your products, and what are some questions that they should ask them, to talk to them about your products?
I think in particular, they would ask, are there jobs that are difficult? Are there particular jobs that are difficult? Are they breaking tools? Are they constantly having to warranty product? Are there any specific problem areas that need to be addressed? Because all of our lines are trying to address the quality issue, which is the number one thing. Is if your tool is broken, you can't use it. And we all know you can borrow someone else's if it'll let you, but asking these account managers, how good are the tools that they're buying? Is broken tools causing downtime? We design tools not to break. I mean, obviously, at some point, people can break them, but our goal is to give a guy a trouble-free product.
Okay, great. Yeah. So when it comes to let's see here. Just trying to think of the next question. Sorry about that. Do you have any new products available or that are coming out soon?
Yeah, in the bottom right of your screen, we have a line that we're just coming out with, of borescopes. And what those are is they are lighted borescopes that actually will hook up through Wi-Fi to your telephone and allow you to take high-res images and high-definition video. So it could be for automotive inside of an engine cylinder or radiator to inspect for problems. If you're working in plumbing, it can go into pipes. They are waterproof. They are lighted. If you need to look inside of a wall to check for wires, you can have a hole drilled in the wall and use these borescopes for that. We also have a dual camera borescope that's going to be coming out that allows a camera that has a straight on view and a 90-degree side view. And then really what we're doing with all the things we do is that we are trying to focus on making a tool that will save the user time and therefore save it money. Most of our tools are used by professionals.
Great. And we will be opening up to live Q&A. So if anybody has any questions here soon, start typing them in and getting them in now. That way we can answer whatever questions you may have. And also, if anybody has ever sold any of these products that we're talking about here today, please comment in real quick, about what tools you've sold and where you're located and what customers you call on. So one last question before we get to the Q&A there, Matt, and that is, do you have any upcoming trade shows that you're attending? I know you guys aren't going to the Grainger show this year, but is there any other trade shows that you guys have?
Yeah, in February through March, we'll be at the Matco Tool Show. We'll be at the Mac Tool Show. We'll be at the Cornwell Tool Shows. We'll be at the DPA show, which is a hardware specialty collective of stores. And obviously, we go to SEMA every year. We have 50 feet of booth space at SEMA.
Oh, awesome. And the booth that you guys would be under, the brand name, would it be Horizon Tool or would it be Calvan? Or
it would probably be AllStart or Calvan.
Okay, great. So if anybody, any Grainger account managers or Grainger customers are going to any of those shows, please look them up and look for Matt or somebody else and talk to them about Grainger. Mention that you saw this live stream interview and that you're interested in learning more about whatever product it is that you're interested in. I would love to hear from you guys.
At the Matco and the Cornwell and the Mac shows will be under Horizon Tool.
Okay, Horizon Tool. So yeah, so look them up and stop by their booth and say hi and learn a little bit more about their products. With that, would like to open up to Q&A. So looking here to see if we have any questions coming in. I don't see any just yet. So let's see here. Now, regarding the trade shows, are you going to? Is that borescope going to be featured? Is that going to be available at that time?
Yeah, the borescope will be featured at the Mac Tool Show. There'll be a different borescope that we do for Maco under their brand at the Maco Show, and there'll be the borescopes will also be featured at the Cornwall shows.
Okay, great. Now, just wanted to wait a little bit, just in case of lag and whatnot with the live stream. I'm not seeing any questions coming in, so we're just going to go ahead and wrap things up. Want to do just a couple more announcements here. First, both a video and audio recording of this live stream will be available on the Rowe-Thrush SharePoint site. That way account managers can view them at a later date. And the audio recording, the nice thing about having that available, as well as all of our other live streams that we've done, is you can actually download it and put it onto your phone, and while you're driving, learn more about whatever supplier it is that you downloaded to check out. Our next live stream interview will be next Friday, January 21st at 2 p.m., and we will be featuring Pack Strapping. They will be going to the Grainger show this year, so we got some great things to talk about with them. With that, I want to thank everybody for watching our live stream interview here with Matt, and thank you, Matt, for taking some time out to join us today.
Hey, no, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Great. All right. Bye-bye.